going on YouTube? Today we are gathered here to talk about shadow powers. What the new powers might be in the future. Future DLCs, DLC 11, Amazon Part 2, Blackest Night, so on and so forth. I'm gonna do a description of the forums a little bit, or what I've been posting. I truly believe it might be a shadow power between the Dark Side DLC, Amazon Fury DLC, because when you think about Wonder Woman's last mission, the level 30 mission, she goes to the Shadowlands and tries to help out Cersei, and Brainiac invades in the Shadowlands. So I don't know if they're gonna delve more into that or go even further in Amazon Part 2. But I truly believe that shadow powers could be the next troll of power. Some people think that it might be a tank power, but for me, I struggle to see how a tank could use a teleport to catch aggro. But yeah, I'm just gonna go over. There are certain villains and heroes such as Shade. Obsidian is a hero. If you remember Ebon from well, a lot of people remember Static Shock, the old animated series. Let me see. Powers would include darkness manipulation, the ability to control darkness. Azura's powers reveal the connection to the Shadowlands, Dark Zone, a dimension of primordial, quasi-sentient darkness, which Shade, as well as other characters with similar powers, can channel for various effects. There's also, of course, a teleportation, dark constructs. Hold on, where is it? Richard Swift's New Earth. What's up, real quick? Like, if you remember, in the comic books, the pre-crisis, so that's post-crisis, where Shade's pretty much reincarnated into a different person, and he's not using his cane anymore, and his powers are even stronger. That's the version I'm looking at, because that cane always really limited his abilities. Obsidian, he got his powers fighting in the Shadowlands, via his father and his sister. Let me look real quick. Obsidian. Oh yeah, there's also Shadowlass. The abilities could also have shadow armor. The concept that I tried to make on when I was posting, I wanted a more visualization of power over time, and so you could have like a darkness aura to let you know when POT is active, and when it disappears, it's not active, instead of having the lightning bar up. And maybe you could have a teleport as your power over time, which would be pretty interesting. There could also be a shadow armor, like a buff, sort of like a buff, like sort of like Ice's buff, but different for a controller role. Just something new, mechanics for controlling in general. I was trying to come up with. The power color could be black, of course, but gray, dark gray with that. Or you could even mix in green or red if you think of Bleach and Ukiura, or Ichigo's Bankai mode, or something like that. Those animations always look pretty cool. Using dark energy manipulation, and some few of them had shadow manipulation as well. What else? The weaknesses of the power would be Celestials, Blestry, and fire. Anything that involves light or heat, that sort of thing. So maybe even hard light. So it would really be a good way to combat against hard light. You can't have light without darkness, so on and so forth. Because I can't picture a Hope Lantern being as a controller. I mean, everyone's talking about it might be a healer. They which seems interesting, but depending on what they do with the PS3 and the RAM, they might be able to put out water. You never know. Or unicorn powers, as everyone's trolling. But yeah. Due to darkness is the absence of light and energy. This power must be a negative energy to generate energy instead of consuming it. Let me find my post real quick. I forgot where I posted it at. Oh, okay. So on the Shade comic, Shade is at the present one of the best, if not the ultimate channeler of the power of Darklands. He can create extra dimensional mass of malleable darkness, which he can channel to various effects, both as absence of light and a solid substance. He can summon and control demons from there, summon and dispel shields, and areas of complete darkness, create all kinds of constructs out of shadows, in a similar manner to Green Lantern, with the exception of color of the constructs, transport himself and others through it over massive distances, and if necessary he can use last-ditch prison dimensions. The darkness of self can be dispelled by significantly bright blasts of energy. Eventually, his experience with shadows allows him to create corridors through time, the most dramatic instance being when he sends Jack Knight's spaceship from a point in space in late 20th century to the neighborhood where the Legion of Superheroes err from there to Krypton several decades before its destruction. Where is this? Okay, so dark energy manipulation could be its main base DPS side. It could use corrupt energy manipulation, dark force manipulation, negative energy, reverse energy manipulation. You can create shapes and manipulate dark energy, usually drawn from interdimensional or similar sources. Portal creation. Let me go to page 6. I can't remember if I updated that post or not. Okay, here we go. Alright. So for my tree, I put up dark manipulation, shadow manipulation, dark energy manipulation concept. The power tree for shade of shadows, descriptions based. The tree's based on abilities causes terror as well as fear, rooting specializing in the tree. Shadows grants 1% critical attack chance. Alright, so POT would be a shadow teleportation or shadow deception. POT, different reimagination of POT allows the user to give power and escape target from NPC. Number 2 would be Gallo, which means to fear or fright. So you have Gallo in the shadows, provides an instant power dump to 3 members lowest in the power group. Shadow Tendrils, long range attack, will strike up to 4 enemies at once, rooting and causing fear. Dark Malice pulls enemies towards you only to teleport behind them and stab them. Damage debuff. Terror of Shadows, 25 supercharger, creates 12 shadow-like tendrils that seeks and destroy target. You'd have Shadow Armor. Supercharger, 50% or 100% supercharger called Blackest Night, creates a sphere of darkness. Whatever is caught in this inflicts massive damage. The user the ability teleports all in the sphere, stabbing and slashing the enemy. Senses of the enemy are dazed, fear, and confused. They are then rooted for a time. You'd have Negative Bubble because controllers always have shields. Shadow Redemption, allow and send a shadow that roots and causes fear. Where's the other one? Shadow construct. Be able to create constructs, of course. Deceptive shadow. Create a shadow in your image or the tank's image to help pull aggro, allowing you to continue to do damage, giving power, or to help pick up fallen comrades. It's a basic description how you could use that ability. Corrupt shadow wave. Send out a pulsing wave of shadow dark energy that root and causes fear. It's more like burst damage. The other tree is called dark energy. Darkness aura provides a buff for all darkness energy abilities. It provides a PLT, grounding and stunning enemies. Dark gravity, a melee attack that inflicts grounding. Darkest forces imbues the weapon with dark energy. Dark implosion. Dark terror shadow. Uses dark energy to inflict grounding and fear. Terror enemies that are already grounded, or they will be inflicted by fear or gravity effects and would take extra damage. These are just basic ideas I put up, but I want to get to know what y'all opinion is of what the next controller power / tank and even healer power might be. I'm hoping the next tank power might be atomic. I think that'll be really epic. And I don't know, I really hope this power does come out within the next 1 to 2 DLCs. And I think it's gonna be amazing if it does. Yeah, I think dark side. I think that's about it. Anyway, besides that, man, E3's been crazy. Assassin's Creed, it's gonna be co-op. Call of Duty's looking actually pretty good for once. And Battlefield Hardline, I'm gonna be uploading within an hour after this video. Oh, alright guys.